Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi.
Starr Mazer TV, again, this week. We're still going. We haven't stopped going. You'll have to excuse me. I just got back from eating dicks. I had a whole bag of dicks.
You did?
These guys,
You
yeah.
did? Absolutely.
I knew them. They saw me eating the dicks. I had the dicks in my mouth the whole time.
It was a great experience for everybody
It's
involved.
great, yeah. Dick's is a restaurant in Seattle, Dick's Hamburgers, or Dick's Drive-In. It's a restaurant.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, I had some dicks today. It's great. So anyway, we have special guests today, obviously. We have Supascury from London,
Hello,
as you
everyone.
have already said in the thing. And we've got Tastefull4ever from Denmark. They are traveling the nation for really cool reasons. They were on Elspeth's stream, were you?
Yeah, we were.
This week?
Was it 2 days ago?
Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. So you guys probably watched them instead of us playing Axiom Verge, so fuck you guys. But it's cool, you're back. Hi. Then they've been driving around the place and decided to stop by here. So here we are, Starr Mazer TV. I have so much to talk about today. It's going to be really cool.
So excited.
Chip Tight says, Don, show us your monitor on an arcade stick. I will! That's why I got it. So, Kazuo and I went to the Northwest Majors, which is a gaming, fighting game competition held as the 7th annual Northwest Majors. It's a really cool competition. We watched Jay Wong beat the hell out of everybody else. It was pretty cool. Actually, technically, he won in a double knockout, which is pretty neat. But I actually am a fighting game enthusiast, as you all know. Not as good as Kazuo, but pretty okay. And I've had for the longest time 2 sticks. And I modded these sticks. They were a Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Mad Catz Xbox 360 Tournament Edition and a PlayStation 3 Tournament Edition Street Fighter. I took both of those, gave them what's called a TE Kitty mod. It's a mod you can go find out. It's a little board that allows one to emulate the other. And then I added this little Nutrix port here that allows me to create Ethernet cables with all of my old consoles on it, and it will automatically work for all the old consoles. That's pretty cool. But it ran out of relevance when I got an Xbox One and a PlayStation 4 because it didn't work for those, and that was poop.
Understandably.
So I was like, cool, man, I'll just mod that crap in. No big deal, no big shakes. There's no problem. Just plug stuff. Nope. We're in the future now, guys.
No.
It's
Not
not simple.
No.
Xbox 360 wasn't simple, but I cheated. I kind of got the Xbox 360 version and then tacked on all the mods to that. So you can either subvert the Xbox 360 version to the others or fall back to Xbox 360. But Xbox One and PlayStation, it was difficult. Yeah. So I found a guy, Vico Ramirez. He is vicosmods.com, VICOSmods.com. He agreed because he's a fan of Starr Mazer TV and a fan of Starr Mazer to help me mod my stick, and he did so by actually taking apart an Xbox One controller and a PS4 controller and wiring them together inside. So now the stick
It's some strange baby hybrid
between the two, and now we can play literally everything. It's a quad mod monster baller. I replaced the ball top of this.
I'm intimidated to sit next to it.
It's beautiful. I had it customized at the show. Marvelous Customs I had Abraham from Marvelous Customs do this VX Spectrum style layout. Looks pretty cool. I call it TE Spectrum because I'm old. It's got my name, Skinny Tie, in there. It's pretty nice though, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
I haven't played with it yet. But I'm excited. And I have another one. It's just the stock stick body, but it has the same mod in it. So anybody can come over, Starr Mazer TV, try to do a fighting game with me. We can play on any
Try
system.
to do a fight. Is that like you're saying, they can try and beat
They
you?
can attempt, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. You notice I'm using a US mod. I've got Circle Gate inside of there with a US mini bat. It's pretty cool. Anyway, it's incredible. It's one of my most prized possessions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to steal it.
You cannot steal it. I mean, you're much bigger than me. You can probably kill me.
He's going to try.
You can
I'm
try.
gonna try.
The other one's hidden. It's actually just sitting. It's sitting right over there.
Probably
But
hidden.
anyway, there you go. This is all I need, guys. They were commenting on our console setup.
It is phenomenal.
I live games and movies. That's it.
Wow.
I don't do any drugs. I don't go to the bars. I don't drink anything. I don't do anything.
Have they seen this before? Like
I don't think they
regular-
have. I think we
No?
should get a picture out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. that's where all of my time and energy goes, stuff like this. This, I felt really bad that I couldn't mod it, so I had to get like Super Baller Mega Mod. If it was something I couldn't do, it had to be like the coolest thing. So thank you, Vico's Mods, for the stick. It's badass.
Oh, wonderful
Super cool.
job.
Yeah, great job. I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but we did test it on the day to see that it actually worked. It looked like it was really cool. So there's that.
It's the wizard emote coming out. Thank you, Chicken.
Chicken Scratch gives we have more people in here than we've got, or new people, because of your guys' presence. That's really great. I like it. Bold Big Flank, it allegedly works on 4 consoles. That's true. Turtle Spence says it's one of the best sticks he's ever seen, especially since it's Donified. Thank you very much. I'm going to pick it up one more time, check it out. Just look visually. It's just
You
pretty.
need a sticker of your face on it.
So you guys don't know this, but I actually have BX Spectrum shoes.
Really?
Adidas made the ZX 500. It was the Z500 series, but the ZX 500 had these for the soles. I wore them completely out. They're gone. They're in my bedroom right now on a shelf with holes in them. I loved them so much, but I'm super into the ZX Spectrum. So if anybody ever wanted to like blow my whole world, this is kind of like a challenge, like a life challenge.
Yeah.
People are like, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, a new pair of ZX Spectrums. They were
nobody can do that.
Nobody can do it. Not a single human can do it. If you guys could do it, that'd be a. Oh yeah, there they are. Look at
They're very worn.
But they're like worn to hell.
Yeah.
I see the holes.
Yeah, there are holes in them. When I originally got them, they're very good. So anyway, yeah, I didn't want. Turtle Spence says it's very simple but pleasing aesthetically. I didn't want something garish. You see like 900 people fighting and boobs and everything. It's just. So
I've seen those sorts of sticks before too.
Yeah,
Definitely. I know exactly what.
Well, we were there at the tournament. Everybody had the handles and like glowing lights and all the other stuff. And it's like, hey, Frankie from Florida.
Hey, Frankie.
Hey, Frankie.
We hang out with him in New York. Actually.
Nice.
And Chicken too.
Nice.
Yeah, and chicken, yeah.
Good. Cool.
Very lovely people.
Triptide says to all the new people here, subscribe. That's in order. You should do it. It's good. Clovis asked if I had a ZX Spectrum. No, I don't even know what that is. Yeah, of course I did, man. That was one of the first computers I ever programmed. Are you kidding me right now? Yes, of course. That's the thing that happened. We went to. I think we talked. Did we talk about that yet? No, we didn't. Maybe we did. I don't know. There's just so much stuff we've been doing.
Oh.
It was on Sunday after the show, so yeah, no, we haven't talked about it yet. Talking about it now.
I saw somebody say earlier that you were supposed to be making a big announcement.
Yeah, so
They're demanding it.
they're demanding the announcement. That's not how I roll, bro. Clovis said I thought the Spectrum was only a UK sort of thing. I didn't know that. I got an Atari 800 and a ZX Spectrum at a garage sale. Which was funny because they weren't cheap. Like you can buy them now at garage sales for cheap. They were really expensive. I remember selling. I was so young. I didn't sell. But we sold a thing and got. I think we sold something to get the Atari. It was like 11 or 12 or something. I don't remember, man. I'm old. But we got it. It was fun.
They're old.
We got it.
Yeah.
Not old.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah. Oh, this kid's 19.
Yeah.
19.
That's a mess.
Some people out there probably didn't know that, but you know what? Now you know.
You brought it up.
I did. It's
We-
true. No,
we-
no.
we- I wasn't even talking
We
about
didn't
it.
say
You kept
anything.
pushing it,
I know,
actually.
I know, it's true.
You shouldn't have said a thing, bro. Server says don't leak anything until later. Well, I was going to leak something, but I guess Triptide doesn't want me to leak anything, so I'm not going to leak it. What kind of new... Oh, today's Lore Mazer. So, we are going to talk about the story system. Today, we cracked our story system. It'd been a while. It took us a while to get there. Months. But tomorrow we're going to get together as a team. We have a giant meeting tomorrow, the whole team, and we're going to talk about each of our implementations against this decided method. But it took us a while to get there. Looks like there's lots of wizard hacks in there, guys.
Yeah. They're all good friends.
Clovis wants to know if I have any publisher news. I have none publisher news to talk about at the moment. I've got a contract, just so you know, with the publisher.
He's got that look in his eye.
We signed the contract, but it's in their hands. They gotta execute it. I can't talk about it at all, but we gotta something signed up for you guys, and not legally allowed to say about it.
That'll do.
But yeah, we'll talk about it for sure. Probably, very likely, by Thursday's Starr Mazer versus, or worst case scenario, worst case scenario, Starr Mazer plays on Saturday. We can talk about it. But I'm super not allowed to talk about anything yet. I didn't sign anything, so my part's done.
That's pretty
Now,
much your life right now. Just not allowed to talk about anything, but you know everything's that's going to happen.
It's the worst.
I know.
You
I
don't
can imagine.
even, like, for me, that's not even a thing. It's the worst.
If you put a quarter in him,
Yeah.
he's talking.
Yeah, I need $250,000. But yeah, I'll talk. Yeah. So okay. So I hope that I'm not supposed to be talking. Bold Big Fling doesn't want me to talk about young people, so I won't. I'm not supposed to talk about space time or whatever. Clovis 15. Yeah, this is my little instrument. It's my I'm not allowed to leak information instrument. I'm just playing with it. It's just that's all.
It's a great song.
Thing. Yeah. Bold Big Fling says it seems like we and Latch are good friends now. That's a good thing to bring up. Bold Big Fling tomorrow. Starr Mazer crew is going to be on Latch's show, Twitch show, talking about Starr Mazer. Latch is actually, to my understanding, making a custom version of his giveaway tool just for Starr Mazer TV. So love that. It's going to be awesome. We'll probably release that on Saturday's Starr Mazer Plays. So there you go. Clovis 15. I don't know if NS Man is from the terrible island, but they call them badges when in reality they're buttons.
The Terrible Island was that? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What?
It was like the Terrible Island.
No, I'm sorry. I meant the United Kingdom. All like
I've heard
3
both, it's okay.
states of size of it. Yeah. Hello, my people.
The average island at best.
The average island.
Average island.
Average island. Sorry.
I'll take that.
I went on a tear. I'm doing a callback on England and how I respect England as a culture and a place. I've only been to England like 4 times, so it's got to be that just the immensity of it. I didn't get to, even though I was on a train that went around all of it in like 6 hours, which was like really baffling. But whatever.
You saw it.
I've just seen the worst. Oh, Vanessa's on the prowl. So Vanessa lived in London for 10 years.
Yes. So you need to not like just
Can I have
because
some of
you
this?
went to there and had a bad time 4 random times where you didn't do anything cool. One time you just sat in an office a bunch. One time you got on a train and didn't go anywhere.
I went all the way through England.
Yeah, and you didn't actually get off at any point. So
Dude,
you can't say you've been to
I listened to a guy
places.
bigging up the one like
But-
Steve the whole time.
So where are you from in the UK?
I'm from just south of London, and I'm in a place called East Sussex.
Wait,
Oh,
isn't
I
that
know
called
East
the
Sussex.
English Channel?
Just
so
Oh yeah, France. Yeah.
Just in between. Undecided.
So it's a lovely country. It has
No, but I can understand what he means, though. Absolutely. I think people almost overhype it because it's just like it's England. People know the name, you know. You're thinking all this grand stuff, but it's nothing that special to me. I guess maybe I lived there.
But you've lived there.
Yeah, exactly. So to
So,
me,
like,
it's not going to be anything special.
Have you ever flown
your
over
opinion
London?
Doesn't count at all.
Have you ever flown over any other city on Earth?
Yeah.
You know that London looks like a bunch of fucking like brown bricks,
Yeah. It looks.
and everyone else looks like a fucking city that you can go to and
looks
have like
it
an adventurous time.
Stopped growing in the 18th
It's
century. somewhere.
ridiculous. It's just it looks like steel mills have progressed as far as they're gonna go,
Don't
and we haven't yet discovered
take
America.
me on a journey. Remind
keep it
me.
old.
What city did you go
Hey,
to?
shut up.
What city?
I went to. I've been to London multiple times.
Okay, let's not talk about London, because that can be hit and miss. I understand that.
Mostly
Tell me what
missed.
city you spent the most amount of time in the United Kingdom. Go on.
Sheffield.
What?
Sheffield.
What?
Instantly lost your opinion of the country in one word.
Why?
I opened a film
Also a good
festival there. Like
question.
I was the opening show for a film festival there with Frank
See.
Henenlotter. It was very cool. I won awards. I had a lot of really dumb people ask me a lot of really dumb questions, and I was called. They called me something. It was really funny. It was like, oh, this is quaint. This is like something a child would say. Only they're all saying it. Oh, and they called me Love a lot, which is very funny.
Yeah.
Love.
Love.
Yeah,
Oh,
love.
yeah, that's the Sheffield. Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
I went to Manchester as well.
They also all had
Mess.
hepatitis, so.
Yeah, everybody. Manchester.
So you've been to some of the worst places in England.
Yes. Exactly.
You realize that they're like 1 hour. You know what happens if you drive 1 hour in Seattle? You're still in fucking Seattle.
I've heard that about pretty much everywhere here. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
Is this your first time to the States?
I came here one time.
One other
before.
time. Were you like a little baby?
I was
Because you're
like-
like already a little baby. So.
Oh, thanks.
Oh.
I was 8 at the time. I went to New York for like 2 days, so
Okay.
I barely remember.
So and you okay? So it doesn't. I just want to know. These guys are educated. I just want to know that you get this. Your country, the entirety of it, and if you even include the other countries who aren't actually part of your country or kingdom, but you say they are. If those guys, you include those guys, you're like 3 states
Oh yeah,
of the little side of our country, the little shitty ones.
so tiny.
Boop, 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 doop, doop, boop, like those little
But
guys.
it's still like a fun 3 states.
Like, I just it's weird to think people are like, oh, in America, motherfucker. What? You can't even say in England. I just said I was in one city that was 2 hours away from your city, and you're like, oh no, it's totally different over there.
It's concentrated. Everything is in little concentrated bursts.
Yeah, we have the same thing, only across 3,000 miles.
Yeah.
It takes days to drive across our country if you're only driving. And every single one of those states is like its own country with its own fucking
Rules.
little cities inside of it, and it's a whole, like every one of us is our own little England. So I don't know why we look at one of them and we're like, you guys are the great ones.
Because we're surrounded by ocean, you see, so it's very different.
We're surrounded by ocean as well.
Yeah, but you're surrounded by
2
other
of them.
states.
This country we're talking about.
Yeah.
You're talking about your country. By the way, I recognize that most of what I say is hyperbolic and silly, and I'm hoping to get some sort of defensive response from you that makes me look like an idiot.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet, because England's terrible.
No, they're just more
Average.
easy.
I'm going for average, okay? I'm not shooting for...
There was a time...
I wouldn't say it's good. I'm not
They
trying to
rode
defend
the
it.
white people wave a little bit for a while, and then we realized we could put white people in other places too, and then
Yeah.
it happened. It's the greatest.
That's
Why
what America was
is there
made.
somebody in the chat named the Pizza Face? Are they related to She's Pizza?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
It's possible.
I don't know how to deal with this
It's gonna-
internally. I'm breaking a little bit, a bunch.
A fight is going to happen here, I can sense it.
Okay. Well, should I go away and come back when you guys talk about story?
Yeah.
Or,
Well, we're gonna get into this. Maybe we're not. I don't know.
well then,
We got lots of lore to talk about. We got lots of stuff to talk about. So, by the way, I'm just kidding about England. I'm sure it's great.
No, you're not.
I can have a terrible experience every time I go to a place, different places in the same place, and still believe that there's some hope that maybe like a 1 by 1.5 block radius
There'll
of
be one
England is
city,
probably
yeah.
the greatest place on earth.
I'm just glad you've never been to Denmark.
No?
Because
Wait, hold on. You told me you got off the plane and you're like, this is basically Denmark.
You
We went
see,
to
it's
Dick's
the,
Drive and you're like, this is basically Denmark.
no,
So-
the elevator.
Yeah, so our elevator is
It's
basically
the same.
Denmark.
Basically, the same size.
Uh-huh.
Same size.
Everything is Denmark to you, isn't it?
No, Seattle. Seattle is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
So,
dangerous.
so I actually really like Seattle. That's
you
good. So,
like Denmark?
so I would like Denmark. So why do you say it's a good thing I've never been to Denmark?
Because if you're so defensive about it.
Here's the thing, man. I went to India. I get it. India's a country. India's fucking huge. You can put the United States and India twice. It's got 1 billion trillion people in it. It's fucking massive. It's got like culture everywhere. It's just giant and they're. It's not like a little 2 hour back
You're
and
going to
forth.
bring
Like,
it back. You're going to
like-
bring it back to England every time.
It has to be because you guys are the great nation. You guys spawned everything and had the fucking the sun never sets on your empire. That's the thing you guys said. You guys had the gall to say that. You refer
No,
to
me personally.
Yes,
all of the other
you.
countries that are connected just by landmass to your country. You just pretend are part of your country.
Yeah, which-
You do it. Like, where are you from? Oh, I'm from the UK. What is it? It's the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
We're united under fucking nothing. They don't agree with you. Go to Ireland and say you're part of England.
No
Nope.
way.
Neither the north or the south of Ireland thinks that.
Nobody wants that.
They're part of a principality thing. The sort of the United Kingdom geographically is a thing, but that's kind of an antiquated term. Scotland doesn't say I'm from the United Kingdom because they don't want to
They don't
include
wanna be.
England.
No.
No.
That's the thing.
It's true.
England just kind of is like, oh yeah, and France too, maybe. I don't
No,
know.
but we're like aggressive parents. Like, no, you come back here. Do not go on your own. No, you have time to be back. Very, very proud, very strict parents.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
But on the other hand, every place we've been,
Mhm.
random people sat down at a table or anything, they all been to the Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Everybody he meets is just like, oh yeah, I've been to Copenhagen. I had a great time there. It's like, how do you keep meeting these people?
I only meet people who've been in Denmark.
Yeah, so strange.
That's very weird.
And now I'm one of them because of this trip. I'd never been there, but then I had to fly out to
To Copenhagen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Got it.
It's
I'm one of
cheap.
them.
Can I ask a question? I mean, since you're telling me your country is like the greatest country on earth, why is it?
But no.
Why is it?
No. I want to leave. I want to get to the
Not you,
States.
this guy.
This guy,
yeah.
yes.
I am
This
Why?
guy.
Why is it your airport, your international? By the way, you have one. Why is your your country?
Gatwick and Heathrow.
Gatwick isn't even a thing. That's not even a word.
I went to Gatwick.
Okay, so Heathrow Airport. That's the one.
Yeah. The big one.
Why is it the worst airport on the planet? Why is
I haven't been there.
Why is the Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris? By the way, Paris, which
Jacques
smells
de Gaulle.
mostly like pee. Jack de Gaulle.
Jacques de Gaulle.
Jacques. What?
Jacques de Gaulle.
Something French.
Jacques de Gaulle. Je ne parle pas français.
Oh, you speak French.
He doesn't.
I said I don't speak French.
Oh, you don't speak French. So I don't speak French, so I don't even know you didn't say you didn't speak French. Or you said you
I
whatever.
worked there.
Why isn't it the greatest? Why did the sun set on fucking Heathrow Airport? What happened?
I have not been there. See, you say like everything's like an hour away.
Yeah.
You've seen more of England than I have. I stay in my little corner where I like it. It's safe there. I stay in that corner for my whole life.
That's England.
Yeah.
That's England.
yeah.
That's England right there. You've never. Where have you been? Wiltshire on time in a name over under whatever Dockshire. Like that's where you've ever been ever. And this is. You know how many times I've driven across every state of the United States? I've been all over Europe. I've been found in Asia. Why did you not leave the little bloop? I mean, you're 19, so maybe you get a pass. But
That's my comfort zone.
your comfort zone.
This is like
We
Why are you
talk about
comfortable
this.
there? What's so comfortable? I hear it's like
my
shitty
computer and my
weather.
room is there.
Those are everywhere.
That's true, but my personal computer
You're
sits
one,
in that room.
the one there.
It cannot leave London.
Are you
I
proud
could-
to be English?
No, I'm the least patriotic person.
Then my
in the
joke
world.
doesn't work. You say,
You can fire shots at England all you want. I don't care.
oh, this doesn't work. Then it doesn't. It fails.
Make
if I
fun
keep-
of it, Denmark. That'll
Oh.
work.
It seems like we got more from Great Britain in the chat.
Are you guys saying cool shit that I can joke around? Like
Yeah, these people might be patriotic. I know Hannah's in there. I don't know if she is.
Oh.
She's definitely from England.
Big Flank says Gatwick Airport, bad airport or worst airport. Well, considering it's one of two.
He's only been there once.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's crazy. When I was 19, man, Jesus, that's crazy to me what you said. Maybe it's just because in America we're much more worldly than you in Europe.
No, we're the
That's a joke because we're famously not.
Very not.
Yeah.
we're the antisocial country currently.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Especially since you get on like soapboxes and tell every other country what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what about socialism? I'm joking.
So next topic.
So anyway, we were just joking around. Sorry, guys. I hope that was funny. If it wasn't funny, I apologize. If you're offended, I don't actually mean to shit
Let's
on
start over again.
England directly. My experiences in England were terrible, but I'm sure there's great experiences.
Mine too.
If this guy is from England, it's probably great. He seems really cool.
Yeah, you know, if you go to
You got a
London,
computer?
go to me. I'm the landmark now. You can come stay with me for a while. You know, I'll show you a good time.
Yeah,
Mm.
it'll be great.
He won't know anything about
yeah.
England.
So I think I've been to England 4 times, and I've seen the Crying Game also 4 times.
Yeah.
So England sucks.
Well, Elspeth is going there in May for the
Nice,
first time, right?
nice.
And she's like, well, I'll have a tour guide. Do you know where you're going? No,
No.
I don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna have to look it up the day before. Be like, yeah, we'll go to this place.
That's
that looks
funny.
good.
Pyro Insane says, at least you're funny looking, Don. Thank you.
He's gonna cry now.
A
Look what you
little.
did. Why
I'm
would you do
physically very
Oh.
insecure. It's okay though, because I'm
You
on
can
a,
hold your stick.
Yeah, you. I can hold my stick. Or are you offering to hold my stick?
No.
that? I don't
Yes,
think this is.
sir.
We just
I don't
been
think
to
this is being
States,
shown
so.
on Twitch.
Yeah. Anyway, so what were you talking about? Publisher news, right? Okay, that happened. So publisher's happening. We, like I said, I signed the thing. We're just waiting for them to get back to us.
I love that song again. It's a great instrument, truly.
This is a great
Yeah,
sound.
It is. I'm a big fan.
Yours doesn't sound as good as
No.
mine does. Yours doesn't sound publishy.
Publish it.
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. We talked about that. What else am I missing? Pyro Insane says it can confirm that I give great hugs, though, which is funny because I actually have that weird condition where I hate touching people and their persons. So hugging is very strange. So giving a hug for me is hearing that I give good hugs is terrifying because it means people want more hugs.
Yeah, people are gonna try now.
Yeah.
You're actually alive on that point.
Yeah.
We don't like touching
He
each other.
doesn't like
Yeah.
it.
Not a hugger.
Yeah, I'm not a hugger either, or like a
I hug.
fucking.
If you want hugs, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's a space thing. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. But it doesn't mean I don't like talking to people and hanging out. I do. It's true. I normally fist pound even. I don't even go in for the handshake. It's just a. It's not like a germs thing. I don't have like a weird germs
True, I did
thing.
notice that when you came out, it was fist bump right
Yeah,
away. I was like,
fist
okay,
bump.
we're at that level. I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah. Cool. So let's talk about Starr Mazer lore. It seems like Kazuo.
Yo.
Am I out of news? Is that it? Is that all the news?
You got the graphic by Maximo.
That's coming up. That's for the story. So is that it for news? Vanessa. I'm gonna call Vanessa. She's working right now. Let's see if she can show up. Is she watching even? Maybe she's watching.
Yo, Vanessa.
She got her headphones on? Sorry guys, we're gonna try to figure out a thing.
Vanessa.
Throw a brick at her head.
Pyro says that he thinks he forced you into the hug.
He may have forced me in the hug. It's cool. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
He's like much taller than me, and shoulder-wise, his arms could get around me very quickly.
His hug.
He's
whether
kind
you
of
like it or not,
intimidating.
Yeah.
He's got a kind of a triangular build, which is
the most intimidating.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see that coming towards you, you're like, okay, well, he's gonna ask for a hug. I'm not gonna say no.
Because the upper body will crush my.
Yeah.
I just have the little rectangle. He's got the triangle.
Alright, the circle. It's great.
Vanessa, we're just trying to see what are the new. Just so I can close the news portion of Lore
You
Mazer.
got another indie box.
We did. Yeah. Okay. So let's show that. We got. IndieBox was nice enough to send us a copy of Super Win the Game, and an IndieBox special IndieBox Super Nintendo knockoff is the wrong word, but because it's like an insulting word, but
Parody? kind
not
of?
I guess replica controller.
Replica.
A USB replica controller. I'll put this with a stack of these that I have. Not from IndieBox though. This is a unique one from IndieBox. But they sent us Super Win the Game, which I've never actually played. Super Win the Game. You have to win the game. I've played. Never played Super Win the Game. I hear that there's another version of the game coming out at some point. But it's super. It comes with apparently 3D glasses. I haven't opened it. You don't have to open it. It's a cool thing about IndieBox. You don't have to open it. They give you the key.
Oh, very
So
nice.
you don't have to open the box if you don't want to. Thank you very much, IndieBox, for sending that to us. We've gotten into kind of a situation with IndieBox where they keep sending us cool games because they want to do an IndieBox with us, and we want to do an IndieBox with them. So we're not arguing that. But we do have a library of games stacked up that we have to play for IndieBox, which would be great.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, we were adding it to the list.
Also, what did you get in the mail today?
Oh! I'm gonna. Yeah, hold on. I got a thing.
Well, I have no idea what it is, but he seems excited, so I'm
Okay,
excited.
so I got a thing in the mail.
Oh, now I know.
From Austin, Texas. I know very few people in Austin, Texas. And I was like, oh man, let's see what's going on. So I open it up. And I'm not going to show it to you because I'm not allowed to, but I open the thing and I'm going to hold it down here. I think that'll, yeah, okay. I got a check. There's a check here. This is very cool. And a report from Devolver Digital Films, our film company, distribution company for motivational growth. This is, as of today, the very first from an external source. You guys are getting ready to clap? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of how to say it, but now you guys got me nervous. It's the very first payment we ever received for distribution of motivational growth. So it's a pretty big deal, guys. That's pretty awesome.
That's amazing.
I never got that.
It was for under $500, but it was only for a small period of time at the end of last year. But it's really neat. Just so you understand how film financing works, I actually owe some of that to other people. So it's not. We don't actually.
So you've got to cut it up.
I've got to cut it up now.
He pretty much just lost money. That's what he
But
said.
yeah, no, I didn't lose money. But it,
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good feeling to have that. Again, I'll need a physical stack of those like this.
Maybe it would grow in size the bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially because it's like a milestone now. So now it's like that's the first, and then more are going to come after.
My fear is that I'll never get another one. But it's I would need a stack, like a 4.5 foot stack of paper thin checks to get to the point where we make money. But the fact that the film is taking in money,
That's good.
that's incredible. So thank any of you guys who actually purchased Motivational Growth on any digital distribution. This is from Devolver, so it's any digital distribution method that you went through. Thank you. This is from you guys. That's really cool.
Bring out the champagne.
I wish I could afford a champagne. I can't with that. But it's very cool. I am in no way complaining. Citizen Cybertron says the reality is that most of that goes to other people. It's true. And that's not negative. Those people helped us make them.
Yeah.
The movie. And that's what's important. So thank you very much. Oh, final thing. Last thing before we move on to Lore Mazer. So I do realize I have one more thing to get, guys. Sorry, I was not prepared. I was eating lunch with these dudes.
Yeah.
Blame it on us.
We were too busy eating dicks to really prepare, but
He was showing things.
he was. We're not allowed to show that on Twitch, sadly. We couldn't show ourselves eating dicks because product placement, obviously, for no other reason than that.
Do you think people expect makeup lessons now that it's only?
Oh, when it's just us, we're just gonna have to bring out the makeup box and oh god, I'm never doing that again. Never again.
Never.
Not gonna happen.
All right.
Here's the game.
Check this out. Nice.
Nice sound effects.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So we got a copy. I was sent a copy of. So I did a poll, a personal poll. I asked what the best shmup of the 16-bit era was, and out of nowhere, I kept getting awesomeness as being called the best shmup of the 16-bit era. Shoot 'em up. Best shmup. It is a PC Engine Super Graphics card, which is great because we're modeling our game after this. PC Engine Super Graphics card. Smells so good. It's heavy. Feel how heavy it is compared to regular Super Graphics card. I don't know if you're 19.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Check that out. It's much heavier because it's got more stuff actually packed into it. It is one of the few cards that, from what I understand, I could be dead. No. From what I could understand, like apparently this normally the black bit is where the game is. Apparently the game actually goes a little bit farther into the plastic. Could be wrong. It could be one of those like playground rumors you hear or whatever. But here's the problem. This is a good thing because now we got it. We want to play it on Starr Mazer TV.
Yeah.
There's one tiny problem with this. We love this. We're excited. We want to play it more than anything. And I'm very happy that this was sent to us because you buy it on. If you were to buy it on eBay, it would be like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. The tiny problem.
The tiny problem is that it plays on the Super Graphics system,
Right.
which the Turbo Duo can play all Super CDs, all PC engines. I modded it so it can also play all
Of course.
American games, all of that. It can't play Super Graphics. So
that's one thing this setup.
I'm missing the Super Graphics, which by themselves are also hundreds of dollars on eBay. I went to look. Maybe they're cheap. They're not cheap. So if anybody has a Super Graphics system they'd like to donate, even temporarily, to Starr Mazer TV so we can play awesomeness, what has been called by a number of people the best shmup for the 16-bit era. We want to play it and integrate the good bits into Starr Mazer, but at this point we cannot be spending other people's money, your money, on buying Super Graphics systems. So if anybody has, the name of the game is Aldynes, ALDYNES, Turtle Spence. If anybody has a Super Graphics chilling out, apparently it's got more hardware in it than the Turbo Duo, Turbo Graphics, whatever. Pyro Insane might know some people. That's great. If anybody has one, we'd like to borrow it and or get one donated. I know that there are other Super Graphics games that we'd like to play too, so getting one donated is cool. Borrowing one is also cool. We'd love to play this on the show. We'd love to learn from it. I can go watch a bunch of Uplays or whatever.
There's like a spot free for it too.
It's right there.
It's the only
It's
spot.
right
It's
there.
like some sort of shrine from a game where you
Yeah.
need to collect all the different slots into it, and there's just one missing that's just going to complete. It's going to glow from here.
Totally. Fool to Dream says something, cough, emulator, cough. What's really interesting about that is I actually do own Aldynes, an emulated copy of Aldynes, which I can admit to because I actually own the physical copy, so
You can.
fuck you guys. But I refuse to play for game design reasons emulated games because I make games. I've played a number of games. All games I own on emulators before. There is an actual difference in the gameplay.
Because it's not the way the game was meant to be played. It wasn't
That's
designed.
number one.
Yeah.
You can emulate slowdown, but it's not perfect slowdown. The input lag is discrete and distinct per system,
But it's still
per
there.
controller type.
Right.
But it's still there. It's not there in an emulator. You can mess with it in some whatever. The whole thing. We would really dig to work with the community and see what we can come up with. If we can't, we'll figure out a way. We'll probably watch some stuff or whatever. But there you go. It's Aldyness. It's super rare, Citizen Cybertron. That's the point. That's why it was sent to us, because it's like mega rare. You can't find this for the super graphics. So there you go. I think that's it for our news and non-lore Mazer show. So, for people who've just come in, or people who've come in over the last period of time, this is Supascury. He's from London. What do you do, Super?
Hello there. I do pretty much nothing. I do freelance video editing and a little bit of voice work on the side.
Okay, cool. Do you have a Twitch channel or a stream or anything like that?
I have my Twitter, just at Supascury.
I know you from you joining us here.
Yeah.
And from you joining us during our...
From Elspeth, I guess.
Yeah, you came originally from Elspeth. There you go. So you are a lurker.
I am.
You're a Mazer.
I am.
And you do editing and
Voice
work. Cool. So he's visiting. He's along with Tastefull4ever from Denmark.
From Denmark. Little country.
Little tiny,
Little tiny.
but an amazingly clean country.
Amazingly clean.
Yeah.
Oh, so he gets clean, I get the terrible island. That's our comparison. Okay, I can
I
work
thought
with
you
that.
weren't. I thought you weren't into this. I thought you were
I'm
going to
not.
defend your.
I'm not going to defend
shit
it.
little
It
island.
is terrible, but he gets clean. That's all I'm saying.
It's clean. It's clean. London is not clean. Is
Okay,
London clean?
It's not.
No,
it's not.
no.
There's nothing clean about London.
But he gets a positive word. is what
It's a
I'm
positive.
saying. So you get
it's
a
a
pat
clean
on the head
country.
and a gold star.
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay, fine. You have your gold star. I'm not mad
Can I
about
have
it.
it? Physically?
Also, the Necromantics come from your country, so that's cool too. That's a band. They're very nice. There you go.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, the link. Insulting your country?
No, the links. This is very appreciated.
Cool. Anyway, so we got Tasty here. Tasty, what do you do?
What I do, I'm a developer.
What do you develop? You're developing something really cool.
Well,
Can
I
you talk
used to
about
be
developing?
into advertising,
Uh-huh.
but gone into gaming. I do stats apps for overlays for different games. Currently, League of Legends.
Okay, so League of Legends overlays primarily.
Yeah, right now. That's the companies I work with.
So not Dota.
Not Dota.
Whatever.
That's not a word I know.
Are you saying that you're more of a Dota person? Is this where
No,
this
I
is
prefer
from?
games.
Oh, it's
Slam.
Sorry.
Yeah, and that's my... Do I have a YouTube channel? I didn't
think-
even know.
yeah.
Wow!
No
Don't
idea.
go there! Because I know it's terrible.
Your private lip syncing
That's
videos.
hilarious.
Yeah, lip syncing
Finally
videos,
leaked.
something. I got a Twitch channel. I did one stream.
You did. He's partnered on Twitch for one stream.
44 followers, 27 subscribers.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Nice.
He knows people.
Yeah,
I know
he's
he-
in it.
Yeah,
I'm
He's
in it.
rolling in. So they are big fans of Elspeth Eastman, who is playing Bunny Bitshift in Starr Mazer. Are you guys gonna do this?
Oh yeah.
And you guys also have the
We have our friendship
friendship
bracelets.
It's very
Chicken
cool.
has a friendship bracelet of his own. Actually, he gave me this one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got two.
I have none. I don't even have a shirt. I hired the lady. They just
Yeah.
lurked.
Yeah.
Who cares? I don't care. Whatever. I don't care. So yeah. Anyway, they're here. They were in the city and decided to hang out.
Yeah.
So we're hanging out. Just wanted to give you guys an idea of who these people are, since you maybe have just shown up.
And a big fan of Starr Mazer, of course.
They are both Mazers. You are both Mazers. Yeah. And by the way, they're Mazers, man. They're high contributing members of the Mazer backership. Okay, look, I was just being nice. Yes, he is. He backed way more than you did. I didn't want to say that on the fucking stream.
I'm but a humble scrub, okay?
You're from England. You guys are broke. It's fine. This guy,
He knows it.
They
He
have
knows what's
money.
up.
It's okay. That's why they're so clean. They have money to
We
clean.
have money. We pay people from London to clean.
Yeah.
We're just the janitors of Europe.
I
yeah.
love that you have your accent, your Danish, and it's got you have a low voice, and you have and you're like, we pay these people to clean.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking? Pay these people to clean. It's very.
How are you doing?
It's very default. By default, it's condescending, and you're big, so it's perfect. It's awesome. You're dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. You can't talk back to him. He's just
No.
he'll turn around with the fist.
I will punch you, and you will clean. So yeah, okay. Anyway, Lore Mazer. So let's talk about Starr Mazer's story. We have a problem, which is we promised you stuff that's impossible to do. That's not actually the reality of what I'm saying. No, we had this moment, the presidential moment. So you get excited about it. This is, by the way, not disclaimer. This is not me telling you we're not making what we promised. This is, remove that from your mind, because I talk a lot, and I don't want you to think that... Okay, so, anyway, when you're excited about an idea, I'm going to use Peter Molyneux as an example. He said a thing recently that I can relate to, but I think is deplorable. He said, sometimes you get so into a thing when somebody asks you, a press person asks you about, you just say what you're thinking.
Without any confirmation or anything. It's just
right.
It's
a thought. And if you're at the head of a team, I can see you just saying that thing. And what comes out of it is a non-malintended, like a well-intentioned, beautiful idea from a creative source who has, in some ways, the ability to execute these ideas.
But to the person you're telling it to, it's like...
That's fact.
Yeah.
You just told them what's happening.
You're the head of the company, it's...
Right.
Yeah, that's
so,
gonna happen.
Peter Molyneux can get into his Molyneuxisms, where he's like, and then the dog will sing and play the violin and go to space. And it's like, okay, dog thing. But and then the dog doesn't really play into the game at all. There's things like that. But the reason I can relate is I know what Starr Mazer is and what we want it to be, and I'm excited about it.
And you have these ideas.
And I have ideas. And I'm a creative person.
Yeah.
All of us working on games, I think, in some way are creative people. This thing comes out, and you see how things kind of pivot, and you want to make them a certain way.
Does that mean Dickman is unconfirmed?
I saw that.
Yeah.
Dickman is still confirmed.
Good.
I promise
Good.
you guys, I promise. So, anyways, what I'm getting at is we learned from Peter Molyneux and made sure only to say things. Like we had a list of things we're allowed to talk about, right? Things we had ideas that we thought we could do or maybe give it a shot to, but we didn't because they were unconfirmed ideas. But we made sure that we didn't say anything that wasn't what the game was that we could make. But even in that world, it's easy to get excited about a thing and talk about it zealously, right? For instance, our open middle gameplay. We know that we have on our team the ability to make the assets for, the ability to write for, and the ability to program that system. The completely procedurally generated system. That's all very good. We can do that. That's a thing we can do. But how the fuck are we going to do it? That's a different question. So when we pitch those things, we don't say, I know I can build a house. Like, if you're asking us, what are you going to do? I'm going to build a house. What's it going to look like? Well, on the outside, it's going to look like this. And you say, cool, I want that house. Great. We have the carpentry skill and the materials to build a house.
Yeah.
How we make the inside of the house look like the outside of the house, that's a difficult thing. So, anyway, the whole point of me saying all of this is, after we succeeded at the Kickstarter, we had a giant task, which was to go in and figure out just how the fuck we're actually going to use those tools to do.
Do you want me to come in?
If you want, yeah, fine.
Okay.
Get a chair or something.
Yeah, you want me to make space?
No, you're good. Stay where you're at.
So we had to come up with how to implement. Again, wholly within the realm of stuff we knew we could do. We just wanted to... The problem isn't that it was difficult and there's one way to do it and we had to figure out the one way. The problem is there are multiple ways that could all lead to potential scope creep or potential damages, failing. We've spent time working it out. And a lot of the time was as you'd expect, we failed a bunch. We decided, let's write the story. Well, cool, but the story writes itself, so how are you going to write the story? Well, let's write major events.
Is it like you work a little bit on this? Oh, race backward.
Race backward, yeah. And you keep going forward and pulling back. We would grow and then pull it back.
Yeah.
Grow.
It was mostly
and pull it
growing
back.
and growing and growing
Yeah.
and growing and going, okay, wait, but how do we do this?
Yeah, so we keep pulling it back. Now, we're not talking about scope, and we're not talking about promises that we couldn't keep. I want to be clear about that, because at no point have we reached... I am realistic and recognize that in any development, you could get to that point. We are nowhere near that point. That's all I'm saying. But as of yesterday, and kind of continued through to this morning, we have finally cracked the way we are going to implement the OMG system. Somebody asked, how long did it take to think of OMG? You mean the actual acronym? Because that...
I think the open middle gameplay is what they're referring to.
No, I know.
Really.
But what I'm saying is, I wrote open middle gameplay, and then I wrote point and click adventure, and then I wrote shmup, and then I realized that shmup was an acronym, or an acronym. PNC was an initialism, and open middle gameplay, or I'm sorry, point and click I turned into PNC, and open middle gameplay turned into OMG, and I was like, OMG, PNC shmup, and it was like, oh, that's very funny. So
It works.
yeah, that totally worked. But so that took like 10 minutes to come up with. How did we come up with the concept of it? That's been actually that's actually something that I've been working on for more than 4 years. I worked on an iteration of it with Pixel Jam when I was working with Pixel Jam. We came up with a cool idea for a game called Final Act, where you're basically thrown into the final act of an adventure or a movie or something, and you have to deal with what to do, but everything arcs out procedurally.
Okay.
So it's basically the last 40 minutes of a game. So we procedurally generate everything that's happened up to that point, just drop you and 3 other people.
In the big sort of action.
Explosion. You have to figure out what to do. We had a Starship Emergency, so that had 11 different permutations, and then each one of those had near infinite, not near infinite, but way too many to reasonably count procedural implications. We had zombie outbreak and all these other ideas, and we came up with all those cool things. So that was a system that I'd kind of been like dealing with, but it actually stems from, the way we cracked it stems from my advertising days. But we'll get into that. Something you and I can relate on. But yeah, we had this game called Final Act, and the idea was you are thrown into a position, and you have to manage the middle of that situation to get to a result. Okay. It's not open-ended, because it will always resolve out. It wraps up. You're at the wrap-up, but it's an open middle. So when we started talking about Starr Mazer, that was. Yeah. It was a tool, a concept tool. We wrote a copy Miles from Pixel Jam, and I worked on a copy in ActionScript, and we progressed that, and then I wrote one in C#, and we grew. So we had this tool. It's not an actual tool. It's a concepting engine. It's a thing that allows you to throw an XML at it and see what pops out. But we did all that, and then we kind of sat on it, and we knew that for Starr Mazer, the story of Starr Mazer would be a storytelling game with heavy action, and we wanted to tell a story in a unique way and make the action count. So that was the big sell.
So with the open middle, and it all wraps up at the end, and it all starts from one point. So it's kind of like, imagine some sort of rope or something. It starts, but it can get all frayed in the middle, but no matter what, it will come back.
It will come back at the end. But I think the thing that separates, and this is something that actually we had to work out how to do, instead of the original pitch for Starr Mazer, the one we sent off to publishers, says it ends predictably, but the middle is always open. And it was always an unsatisfying statement, but it was something we could prove out in a meeting with a guy with money. We could be like, but then it all leads to here, which is fine.
Everybody's get married.
Yeah, when you're pitching, you have to.
You have to have an end. You're gonna have an end, and then people play games till what? Till forever? I don't know. How do we monetize that? I don't know. What we ended up doing is we sold it as to publishers, not to our potential the publisher with whom I've signed a thing, but
Don Thacker.
What? I'm adjusting my jacket thing. It's okay.
You do that when you have.
Yeah, I'm kind of nervous about talking about it. So,
situation.
and it makes a cool noise.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, when we're talking to other people, we wanted to sell the beginning, middle, end thing, and it's an open middle, not an open-ended gameplay like a sandbox game or whatever, but a middle. So we ended up never liking. So Triptide says the ending isn't what's important; it's the journey that we care most about. That's true, Triptide. But we never really liked the idea that it would have to settle on one of two basic endings, because then you the end game of a game, the end life of a game is a bunch of people talking about which ending you got and blah blah blah. So what we had to crack is how to actually work out a way that you had an open middle, and your choices made sense and changed the world, and the world came to the logical end that it would come to based on what you've done, not based on whether or not you fit into one, two, or three buckets.
It's your ending.
It's your ending, but it has to be a satisfying story, because you can do that easily if you ignore the idea of storytelling. Cool, you played the game, you played for 10 hours, and then we ended it. Story over. Okay, that's not satisfying ending. So, this is great. I'm trying to get into like really heavy philosophical shit. And you motherfuckers
back to Dick Man.
Want to talk about Dick Man made a dick. So.
Yeah, I think
I
it was
remember when that came
Laser
around.
Kid.
Yeah.
Did
So-
Laser Kid make a
Yeah, he did.
statement?
Eclipse Husky says Mass Effect 3 ending is what you're trying to avoid, is what you mean. Yes, we don't want you to play a game, invest yourself in a bunch of time into a game, and think, oh man, what I'm doing is important, and then realize that it's the same 3 endings.
Well,
that sticks.
I didn't actually end up playing Mass Effect, and that was the reason why. Because every time someone would talk about it, they'd say, "Oh, what ending they got?" They didn't tell me anything about the story,
Yeah.
anything about what happens. They're
Yeah.
just like, "Oh, I just got the good ending of the bad." I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't get anything from that. It didn't make me want to play it.
Yeah, and that was the worst. So we don't like that.
Yeah.
So what we've decided to do is the open middle gameplay. I'm gonna get really technical about this in a second, but the open middle gameplay. So you start as Brick with the history that you've got. So that's a finite starting point. You're always gonna start with that. It opens up procedurally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you travel the procedurally generated tree, you start closing off potential doors.
Yeah. Okay.
So you attenuate a story into your logical end, but it's not like there are 5 choices and you picked enough from category 1.
So am I imagining right in that you saying that they close off as you go? Is that because either through completing sort of side quests or doing some that won't allow you to progress to others?
Correct.
Because,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And the way we've done this is instead of making the story based on the story, which people do, right?
Yeah.
The Mass Effect story. There's this Mass Effect engine and all this stuff and blah 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 blah. We have all the world. We have the whole environment created. We understand what the universe is, but what we ended up doing was working out that our stories really carried on the back of characters.
Yeah.
All of them. So all of our characters have meanings. All of them have inevitable goals that they'll be working toward and inevitable responses to your actions. So you construct your own ending by pushing pieces in different directions by your actions or inaction, and they will get to their ending. You will assist that ending, and through writing, we will make sure that every single one of those permutations can end catastrophically.
See, that gets me excited because that I guess makes it like you were saying, you're going for something satisfying ending,
Right.
and that to me is it because it's your ending,
Yeah.
but it's still an ending. It's not
It's your
like,
way to the ending.
yeah.
Exactly, it's your way to the ending, and if we
you
do
made
it, if we do it right, it will end up in a novel ending most times you play. It's going to be we're hoping for a 10 to 12 hour game, so the number of playthroughs you go through is probably going to limit your ability to get repeats.
Yeah.
And we are cheating slightly in that we pay attention to what you did last time, and may try to give you new content a little bit just cause. But we don't want it. We want there to be enough content that your attenuation of that story path is discreet and unique and satisfying, but also not enough content that we can't write it in the time we've got and the people we've got.
It's
So
going to take like 3 years.
yeah, we had to work out.
Path in the woods.
Exactly. So what we came up with was 3 different options. The options we've been arguing over for the past time, since the dawn of time, it seems like, is that we had 3 options. The first option we're calling Considerate Skyrim. All these achieve the same goal. It's just a different methodology. Okay, Considerate Skyrim.
I love that.
So
Yeah. Okay, so Skyrim is. I liked Skyrim. Some people hate Skyrim. I like Skyrim because I liked discovering the world and discovering these little moments or whatever. But I never beat Skyrim. I don't even think I got to the 3rd mission.
It's not for the story.
It's not for the fucking story. I don't know what the story of Skyrim is. Nords. I don't know. There's some.
There's a dragon.
There's a dragon. You gotta fight a dragon. Anyway, so the idea is, in Skyrim, there's a story that they paid lots of people lots of money to make over a long period of time, and there's really millions. So you should care. But it's not interesting. I don't give a shit. So they built a whole bunch of fluff for me to play in.
Yeah.
I played like 200 hours of in that game, and it's fun. Every time I had to get looped into the story, I wasn't paying attention.
But that's not you.
That's yeah. I wasn't affecting the world. The world, the main story of the great thing that was happening in Skyrim that I don't even know what the fuck it was. That was never affected by me.
It just stopped and waited for you
It
to-
stopped and waited for me. That was the major problem.
Man, we got raided
So-
by elephants.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yay!
Hello. No.
Thank you, Elspeth
You
people.
come with your elephants.
I will blah 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 blah.
I
We
got
did
my
it.
empty height before I just do this.
Aw.
Nice. It's so
We
good.
love you guys. Thank you. It's
Thank
been a long
you.
time.
So here, if you guys could be really cool and follow with your raids, that would be incredible. We're trying to get some free pizzas and shit. So
For Cerberus.
raid us.
Sound next to the video.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You can't see this, watchers, but we're getting all kinds of. We've just got Elspeth rated.
Yeah, you guys will see it in a second.
All our lovely friends.
We
I
are
recognize you all.
Rated E for excellent.
Oh.
There's even people I don't know there.
No, I recognize. Actually, there are a few names that I don't.
So if you guys could start following us, that would be incredible.
We're trying to get to a very important pizza goal.
We need the pizza goal.
The more
Pizza goal.
followers we
Start
have,
following us.
we can get to this
If
app
you
that
guys-
allows people to order us pizza.
If you guys
this is
could-
our main goal on
Yeah.
Twitch. So
Oh, of course.
Millie?
yes.
Melly770
Yes,
has followed us. Thank you very much.
Jack Grant has followed.
I can't hear what you're saying.
Yes.
Good.
Of course.
Okay, then we got to aim for that goal.
Yes, exactly.
What is-
More
what
followers
it
is
go?
more better.
To get true stream.
Right above me, you'll see all of our followers.
Stream.
That's
The
gonna
Fairhurst
happen.
already follows us. Thank you very much, Fairhurst.
Follow.
Thank you.
Look at Tasty says
Oh,
follow.
it's happening.
Super
Yeah.
says
I
follow.
say follow.
Thank
Okay.
you guys. That's
Oh
awesome.
no, they're gonna bring up the makeup.
Oh no, not again.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
Oh, put the
He
makeup
was a
back
very
on.
Yeah,
busy
no,
lady.
I heard that. I heard about the makeup
You
agenda.
were too.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you makeup
Well,
now?
we were
Well,
on
makeup
Elspeth's
then.
stream, so we got our makeup done and we did their
Oh.
makeup. That's some time.
I have yet
I
to
was a
see an
little
Elspeth
pretty
stream
girl.
where makeup
Yeah,
is involved.
it's great.
I'm very
Yeah,
fascinated.
people have been
Nice.
asking for a long time for a makeup tutorial, so we had to
sure.
make
You
it
guys did one.
oblige.
Nice.
I don't even.
That's incredible, guys.
Oh,
that is
don't
so
do it,
cool.
don't.
Okay. So yeah, if you could follow us, that'd be great. We need pizza swag. So let's do it, guys.
Pizza.
Elspeth!
Elspeth.
Hello, Elspeth.
Oh,
Nice to
hi.
see you.
There's his
Um,
face.
we were not talking about.
It's the tasty smack.
Yeah, like, it's so great.
Elspeth, we're just talking about
Everyone's
pizza mostly.
faces. Yeah, we're mostly talking about pizza. We were talking about story and
just a
progression.
reminder, since Elspeth is here, Elspeth is playing Bunny Bitshift in Starr Mazer.
Yep, and that's
She's voicing the bunny, and she's going to be our bunny. So
Yeah.
hello to Bunny for joining us, essentially.
so we were in the middle of a story talk. It's a really cool story talk that we'll talk about. I don't know how long these raids last, but we were in the middle of a thing.
They get a bit excited.
I noticed. I got kind of pulled off course here. Okay, so back to story. So we're gonna get back to it. It's just going.
No.
Oh, you lovely people.
We need to throw the screen cap up. Oswald, let's get the screen cap up over Tasty, who is turning beet red.
Yeah.
We need to see Tasty in makeup.
Oh
let's
my
let's
God.
do this. Screen cap it up, guys.
Oh yeah, does somebody have a screen cap? Oh, they did. They sent us
chicken,
one.
Yeah,
chicken,
it's
chicken.
Oh,
happening.
Chicken Scratch,
It's
you are my
coming.
hero.
Yeah,
It's
look
coming
at
in
that.
now.
You're a god amongst men or women.
It's from
Yeah,
Chicken
I can see it
Scratch.
from here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Gorgeous.
happening.
Oh yeah.
And that was before the wig, too.
That's
This is
gorgeous,
super
man.
nice.
That's
You
incredible.
look
I like
incredible.
how you made my chins bigger there.
Beautiful.
Well,
Yeah,
so nice.
stretch it out the side.
Stretch it out because it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the kitty? The kitty has disappeared for now. She was very. Is it she? That was a
They're all she's.
Okay.
Every
Yeah.
single one. I only live with women, man.
There's 4 cats,
The
1
struggle.
actual lady, female.
You were doing the super
me.
villain thing there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very much a cat person, but I haven't been able to be around cats in quite some time, sadly. So that was a good experience for me.
We'll
I
make
enjoyed
sure
it.
to throw more of them at you.
Yeah, just hand me
Naturally.
cats. I mean, that's the way to go. Clearly.
All right, so back to the story thing.
Wait,
We're talking about.
can I have one more side
Yes, of
question?
course.
Okay, I want to know what your
Open
hat
it.
is representative of or from.
My hat is
Yeah.
because I am in fact a wizard.
Oh.
That is what these people know me by.
Okay.
If you are here from Elspeth's channel, would you kindly throw up a Speth wizard for me? You know who you are. They like to do that. Just while you go on about the story,
We've
you know.
seen the wizard like
It's-
900 times.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm new to walking into the chat, and I missed the first couple of minutes because I was canceling my renter's insurance on the phone. So I had to ask about the hat.
A double
Sorry.
renter's insurance. Let's be clear.
Yeah, I
You're
was
not like now
sneakily-
uninsured.
I was sneakily paying for renter's insurance I didn't know I had, so I had to cancel it because
Oh, there we go.
there we
There
go.
is a-
Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Wait, thank you guys.
It's
That's
not
awesome.
gonna stop.
We need
If
a
only
pizza
you
one of those.
guys followed us.
We need a cheese pizza one of those.
If
guys.
only you guys went to starmazer.com and backed us.
You know, you could do that, guys. You could. It would.
Yeah,
I mean-
and there's 25% off.
Mhm.
Uh,
25% off of our pre-order of the game. There's also 25% off of the beta as well. So it's very cool. Good stuff.
Yeah,
It's
so
worth
guys,
it.
definitely keep being Starr Mazer fans. If you're Elspeth fans, then you should be Bunny.
'Cause she's gonna be
fans.
in it. She's
Yeah.
in
Yes.
Starr Mazer.
She's incredible.
She's
We
one of the
love her.
main characters in the game. So, yeah, man.
Man, I'm loving the wizard hats. I
I
didn't know that Elspeth was a wizard, so now I
You know,
feel doubly educated.
I made her an honorary wizard because I'm just so kind.
Just
Cool.
just for a temporary.
And Chicken Soup is in here. He's a very lovely person. He's always so kind.
Yeah, that's your makeup.
Oh, don't you ignore that.
We should
Back to
see the
story.
other makeup.
No.
We
Back
need
to
to
the
see
no,
Supa's
You wanted
makeup.
to talk about the story.
Kazuo, will you chuck Supa's makeup? Oh, it's happening. Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Look at that.
All the steps.
Damn.
Every single step. It's
Oh.
beautiful.
Silverblade, I backed on Kickstarter. Thank you.
Thank you
so
very much, Silver
And
Blaze, for backing us on
Olaf.
Kickstarter. That's
That's
amazing.
so cool. Yeah, you guys are incredible. Actually, a lot of these people were.
And
super
by the way, I'm not saying that you didn't, but I'm saying that there's the percentage likelihood that some of you may haven't. May haven't? May have not.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And just a side note, Turtle Spence says we do need a She's Pizza emoticon.
We do.
I agree. If somebody wants to get those details over to Kaz on how we can make that a reality.
Yeah, that's not a thing. We're making a game right now, guys, not
Maybe an
emoticons or whatever.
horchata one as well.
So, okay. Anyway, all that said, let's get back to this cool story comedy. This is Starr Mazer.
We are kind of taking over.
We're
the
doing
show,
good
yeah.
stuff. No, it's good. That's fine. We want this. This is fun. But I was right in the middle of something I'm trying to keep in my
Yeah.
brain. Okay, so we were talking about the open middle gameplay system and how to make that satisfying and how to make it conclude appropriately. Like I said, we came up with 3 different versions. The first version is, as I said, consider it Skyrim. So the idea is there's a story, it's happening, and you have to be pulled back to it.
Yeah.
You can go do things on your own, but
To end the game.
to end the game, you have to go to the story.
Yeah.
We would not do Skyrim in so much as we wouldn't just leave it sitting there.
The world will still progress.
The world will progress in some ways and try to pull you back to the story. But in option number 1, it's mostly the Skyrim model. You can go have a bunch of fun. If you want to play the story, you can. We don't really, we're not really into that. That's not really our concept. Hold on. I'm being told to look at a thing. I'm looking at so much possible start stuff ending.
That's the open middle.
Yeah.
Start,
Oh.
so much possible stuff ending.
It goes
Totally.
That's
Yep.
pretty much Starr Mazer right there.
Yeah.
In football form.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So whoever sent that to us, again.
Oh god.
There we go.
There
There
it
we
is.
Triptide, yes, thank you very much, Triptide. That's totally right. That football-y thing. I'm sure we can throw that up there if you want, Kazuo, and see what Triptide sent us. But anyway, fun optional stories. That's a cool thing.
So we had the first one, which was the consider it
Consider
Skyrim.
it
So
Skyrim.
what makes it consider it?
We Skyrim doesn't care whether I'm enjoying myself. It's a toy box. It's here's a sword mechanic. Here's a
You make your own fun.
You make your own fun with a. There's a story if you want it, and they paid lots of people lots of money to make a cool story with all these assets and talking and whatever, all the voice VO. It's all very important, but they don't consider whether or not you'll like it or you'll play it.
Yeah.
We want to consider that, so we call it Consider It Skyrim. The idea that option number 1, Consider It Skyrim, will take into account your place in the story and say, hey man, time to story up, bro, and then try to get you back into the story. But it will have a distinct story that has a beginning, a middle, end, and you'll kind of be pulled back into now and again.
Yeah,
So-
because the point of our game is not for Brick to spend time finding parts for a ship and building a ship the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, like that could be in there, but we would definitely like you to adventure with Slimo and race Esty and, you know, like do the cool things that we're spending the time making the game for.
So as you said, Skyrim is you make your own fun. You know, you're sort of given the tools, and you can do what you want if you want, but you have to
Exactly.
go out to find the fun. It's,
Right.
With Starr Mazer, it's going to give you that push. It's going to put the story around you. It's considerate in the fact that you think of the player when designing it.
Correct.
Okay.
And the story we will use mechanisms. If we were to go with number 1, we'd use mechanisms to pull you back into the
Yeah.
story, to force our story on you. The problem with Consider It Skyrim is that it limits our story. We'd have to write 1 or 2 like full through lines, right? Like, and those are the stories that we pull you back into. We consider you, but we don't consider you enough to want to tell you a unique story. You get one of the 3 endings kind of thing. And that's a bit of a problem. So Consider It Skyrim, we put on the board, and it's an option, but we didn't really run with. Do we have a picture of Consider It Skyrim?
Mode 1.
Mode 1, yeah,
Okay.
Mode 1. So we're going to show you what we graphed out for Consider It Skyrim. So if you look at Consider It Skyrim right here-ish, you'll see the flow. All right? So that's what we called Consider It Skyrim. Option 2 is what. Can you leave that up for a minute? Actually, let's throw up option 2 here while I talk about it. It might make more sense. Cool.
I think Ian O'Deo just wants us to make Drive.
So,
Beams is here too. Beams is another lovely streamer, but
excellent.
She pops into the chat.
Cool.
Hi,
Hello, Beams. So, number 2, we're calling. What is the name of it?
Sandbox?
Something Sandbox. Thoughtful Sandbox or something. I've got it right here. We were just on a meeting about it. So
maybe pull it up.
it's adjective name, but
What is
Send
that
that guy.
picture that Beams threw up? Some lawn chick.
An emote that she enjoys, I assume. She's an advocate of strange emotes, actually.
Oh.
She always uses ones I don't see very often.
okay. So number 2, we're calling guided sandbox. Okay. So the idea with guided sandbox, this here, is it's closer to what we're telling people. You have unique. Here, I can actually show you here what it looks like. This is guided sandbox. You guys can see this right down here.
We're seeing what you're just
You're-
seeing.
yeah.
Oh, and Austin just said parallel narrative. Maybe he's talking about the last one.
Yeah, okay. So, guided sandbox is the idea that there are distinct stories that all can interrelate to one another, and your path through the story determines an ultimate climax. Okay?
Yeah.
And the way this works is, start, setup, and climax. So those little boxes you're seeing represent story modules, or what we're calling episodes to people. So let's set up a couple and walk you through how it goes. There's one, let's say one where Slimo you and Slimo are going to go to an asteroid and find an ingot that he thinks is lost there. And then come back and sell the ingot and split the difference. That's your goal.
That's the mission.
It's kind of a cool thing. So there's another mission where SD Sunspark wants to race you, and you guys will split you guys will make bets, and whoever wins will get the money. These are not actual. I'm just making these up to fit. So when you get to Slimo, you've met SD. Let's just say we've set all this up. Other story stuff have happened. You've met SD. You're armed with a gun. Your ship is in good condition, and you haven't replaced your thrusters. So you meet SD, and she's like, "Let's go on a race. I'll meet you at the space thingy doodle. I'll meet you at the docking bay, and we'll race from there." And on your way out, you're like, "I'm gonna talk to Simon." You talk to Simon. He's like, "There's an ingot. We go to this place. Let's go get it. I see you're armed. We should go now."
And then you have to.
So now you have to make a choice.
Yeah.
You decide to choose. You go with Slimo, and you're armed, but your thrusters aren't upgraded. Slimo needs you to defend him, but you can't because your thrusters aren't upgraded. So his ship gets damaged, and you guys crash onto the surface. And now you spend the time needing to survive and fix your ship. You're in a beautiful, wonderful story with you and Slimo.
But it's completely diverted from the other story.
The SD thing's happening without you. She's waiting for you in the dock. Now she's getting angry at you. Now she decides that you're not good enough to meet her. You fucked her up. So you then finally spend a couple hours trying to get this fucking ingot off the asteroid. You're towing Slimo back. You saved his life twice. He's very indebted to you. Blah blah blah. You get to the end. SD's pissed. Slimo's happy. You split the difference. He gives you new thrusters for your ship because you blew yours trying to save his. Now your ship has better thrusters. Blah blah blah. That sounds very cool.
Nice story, by the way.
Thank you. So
If something that's not in the game, you did a wonderful job with that.
Exactly.
let's say the same thing though. You meet SD. She wants to go on a thing. You have upgraded thrusters. You make the decision though you're going to help Slimo anyway. But your upgraded thrusters let you get ahead of Slimo and realize that he's actually been calling in the pirates who are attacking him
Right.
on purpose.
Okay.
They want to capture your ship. He's selling you out.
Yeah.
His ship never got damaged in the middle. So now you got to fight your way out of a fucking
Right.
trap that Slimo put you in. Right?
Fuck Slimo.
You guys both crash on the planet, and now it's a race for the ingot and who can get off the planet. Then you get back, and you've got the ingot. Your thrusters are good, blah, blah, blah. You've pissed off the pirates. Slimo's not even back at the station anymore, and Estes waiting impatiently. But you're pretty hot to trot. You give her the ingot and say, "I'm betting this," and go on that fucking mission. So that's two, but those two modules are separate from one another. Estes wants to race, Simon wants to go to this asteroid. But what you did leading up to them and what you do between them changes how you can interact with them dramatically. They open and close doors and configure your output of that. This is something we've been talking about since the very beginning. This is the principle of open middle gameplay. But the problem with this is it works really well if there's a bunch of disparate little stories. It sucks if you want to tell a global, overarching story and a guy can just change anything that's happening. You know what I mean? It's the worst. If I can't control your arc, I can't control a world. So with number 2, what we are going to do is, if we go with number 2, and we'll reveal what we decided to go to with at the end of this, but if we go with number 2, we then the writers have to spend time seeding narrative in every single event
to make the arc,
so that the ones you pick will assemble not into one arc, but into one of many arcs.
Yeah.
That by default it will stitch itself together into, attenuating, like I said before, to get to a major point. Now the way we cheat that a little is we make some characters and events that will happen without your... We have a guy, Darkstar, he's going to try to do something terrible, with or without you do it. He doesn't care whether or not you went to see with Slimo.
Yeah.
He's going to try to do the thing. There are very few things that can stop or start some of these events. That will help us put... BIM45 wants to know why not combine 1 and 2, because they're functionally different from one another. Wholly. These are actually, all 3 of these are completely separate from one another.
We kind of have to make a decision because it's going to affect the density.
Mechanically, it all different. It's all different. So, Cerberus asks, how many different endings are you planning to have? We're actually talking about that now. You'll see.
And just one quick thing. A lot of people in here are new to our game and are really excited about the story and the idea behind it, and they're offering to go out and buy it. And please do. We would love that so much. Become one of our 55. Become a Mazer. We would love that. You get to be a part of our awesome community. You do anyway, but you get to officially be in the team.
Yeah.
So,
Sir
go to our
Haskell,
website and check it out.
Sir Haskell asks a lot, wants to know where I can find a preview of the game. Go to starrmazer.com. TripTide just dropped it. It's very cool. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Number 2 is it pushes the complexity onto the writers. So our job now is to, but not in a multitude. It doesn't add more writing. It adds more intelligent writing. Every time I enter a story module, I'm coming with that story module has to respect some elements of everything that happened in every story module.
Because you have to consider what it's going to change.
As input and outcome.
Input and outcome. The outcome then. So we decided to do it orthogonally. Each story module can respect everything that happened, but doesn't have to, and can output things that might affect, but doesn't have to, everything.
I like it doesn't have to.
Yeah, it doesn't have to, and that's the whole point. As writers, then we can choose which of those modules are like hub moments that really, and whether or not a module is a hub moment can be determined by what other modules have interplayed. So we can take something like the Slimo adventure, and it could be the moment where Slimo and Brick are on the rock talking about how really he should just fess up and tell Bunny he loves her. Like two guys over a fire, their plasma engine
The
using
guy talk.
The guy talk.
Yeah, the guy talk.
Or we could have had the other 2 outcomes and never get to that. So Brick never has the idea to tell Bunny he loves her. And there's this. So these are things that we have to take. But each of these modules is distinct and orthogonal from the others. They have a messaging system that allows them to speak back and forth. But then we, with writing, curve them up to an inevitable end. We add a few modules that have things in them that will inevitably change the story and push you toward an end. And then any number of the modules can act as the ending by conglomerating all the stories. So we have ending candidate modules that could be just regular. They could be the second module you play, but not enough has triggered them to be ending candidates, and they're just regular parts of the game, or they're ending candidate modules. That allows us to lay the seeds of a large overarching story that you can play through and have endings based only on what you're doing.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That is our number 2. We're calling that. We're calling it what did
What was it? It was like Sandbox.
Something sandbox, thoughtful sandbox. So the third one we called Path Through the Woods. This is the idealized version. Path Through the Woods is the version we would make if we got $190 million as opposed to $190,000.
And like quadrupled our team.
That would come with that money. I'm not just going to buy yachts.
It's just
that.
you're just getting dots, and I'm gonna still be sat here writing with you.
So the idea of Path in the Woods, which is, we had to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because like when you sit down and you're like, what would happen if you won the lottery? You have to imagine I would just buy a bathtub full of fucking candy like that.
Absolutely.
You have to consider those things, even though it probably wouldn't. The Path Through the Woods is a scenario where we somehow procedurally manage hundreds of thousands of written story elements. And you basically have the woods. And the woods are all possible story elements, paths, and brick paths through those by touching them and changing the courses of hundreds of thousands of story elements. They all did you throw Path of the Woods up there?
Yeah.
Okay, so Path of the Woods has all these characters. They're all working together. They all have their own complete stories. So you'll see. We're going to look at it on the phone. You guys can see it here. These are all characters. They all have their own paths.
Yeah.
Brick traverses the paths. All of their paths inevitably lead to a climax, but how that climax is played out is based on the choices you've made and how you've modulated their movement through their own story. But in Path Through the Woods, everyone goes, you click start, every character in the game has a full path.
That is my favorite part of the Path in the Woods part, because it's like, if you do imagine it like just that, like walking through the woods, if you go whichever way you go, the rest of the woods is still happening around you. They're still doing their own thing. Nothing's
Yeah.
going to change in one section just because you didn't go to it. It's not going to pause.
Right.
Everything is happening around you, no matter which path you take.
Right. So
It is definitely the ideal version.
the Path Through the Woods is the ideal version. It is also the version that we. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just want to bring up Servia's
Uh-huh.
question. When you get to a crossroad, it's gonna be harder or easier depending on if you're shooting up stuff or acting dumb.
We want to make it so that the crossroads aren't identifiable as crossroads. There isn't a Paragon / whatever path. You make the decision you would make with the tools you have in your mind.
It's not like
at
they're
that
saying
point.
make a choice, go left or right.
No, no.
Yeah.
There'll be
It's just
natural
that you
choices.
go left or
And I
right
think that
and yours fall out.
because of the way we stack things together, I can't tell you whether or not one choice will lead to an easier or harder way, because those choices are procedurally stacked together. So,
Yeah, but if you are dumb and you shoot somebody, then
well, yeah, you can be an
consequence
asshole
will-
and have consequences. We'll get to consequences in a minute. I just want to get through storyline. So, what you get through is, with Path in the Woods, it's the perfect version. It's also the version we can't possibly do. We don't have the time, energy, money, assets, any budget to do it. I doubt that there has been a game that's done Path in the Woods correctly.
I don't think there is, because depending on how much pocket change you have, it would affect
Everything.
the entire outcome of the game.
Yeah.
There would be so many elements involved, and it's
It's
so cool, but it's
the backward approach to intelligence, right?
it kind of makes
It's
me
like,
want to cry.
I don't
instead
want
of-
to think, I just make everything.
Yeah, you don't want to consider a thing. You want to make everything. So, what basically that covers the arc. The arc is number one. Consider it Skyrim. We rejected that because it was too beholden to a single story,
Right.
or one of 3 stories, or whatever. It was the
It was
Mass Effect problem.
Predetermined story.
Predetermined
It's-
story that you could play around, but we'd be fluffing the idea that there was a real story. Number 2, thoughtful sandbox. It's sandbox in its design, but not in its execution, and it also gets us a really awesome opportunity to present the feeling of number 3, Path in the Woods. Path in the Woods is the ideal game development thing. We couldn't do it. Number 2, we settled on because it allows us to make distinct stories that are engaging, fun, and interesting. You can get in and out of it
But it's
anytime.
not possible to do.
It's
manageable.
We can make these stories with the team of writers and coders we've got, but also we can imply Path in the Woods by cheating. I'm not going to reveal all of the cheats, but when you play, we can make it feel. We worked out how much we can make it feel like Path in the Woods with simple turns and choices and decisions that we're making behind the scenes to kind of
Go this way.
push the thing. But it'll still end up in any number of aggregate endings. We've got our stories that we want to tell, but we'd like it so that the player can get through a game and not necessarily trigger all of our ideal stories. He follow his own stories. So there you go.
Like you said, whenever you replay it, you're going to get all those new experiences, but
Right.
that you said you kind of cheated and you sort of tailored it, so if you've done something before, maybe that has a less chance of cropping up again.
Correct. Yeah,
That makes
and
sense.
I do want to say something that there's nothing is going to be random.
Yeah.
Everything is procedural. Sometimes that procedural will use a dice roll or something, but that dice roll is going to be seated at the same time every time you enter it that way. So if you have all these things and you do the dice roll, it's always going to end the same way, kind of thing. But it's very important to note that number 2 is what, even though number 3, the Path Through the Woods, is the ultimate way. Number 2 is the way that gets our game done. Number 2 lets us start writing ideas right at the end of pre-production, which is next month. Well, the following month, but in June. We're right at the end of this month, so it's nearly next month. The idea is we can start writing story and start iterating a game from that point. Mechanically, we've been iterating the game mechanics since before the Kickstarter, but we can start iterating the run through of the game. At that point, it's just content build, and then making the story feel nice. So that is how open middle gameplay has been cracked. We're going with the modular story. Now, what's funny is if you go back, just to show you, I started this by telling you sometimes when you pitch a thing or you raise money for a thing, you talk a lot and you say a lot of things that you might not. If you go back to anything we've said, the biggest selling point for option number 2 is that it's what we've been talking about the entire time.
Yes,
It's the story that we talk. We had to touch both sides. How do we deliver the most dramatic space opera with option number 1, or how do we make the infinitely perfect game with option number 3? Number 2 is what we went through. That's our game. So there you go. Number 2. So you're traveling through. You're traversing through a plot. It's your fault. Yeah, that's funny. So I would like to know if you guys have any questions about that.
There were a ton of questions that.
Well, let's get some questions rolling. I will answer questions, and I'd like you guys to ask questions or involve yourselves in this if you want. I know it's Starr Mazer. You guys are backers and you're interested in the game, so it might be.
I thought you were about to say, and you guys can answer questions. Like, I don't know about the game. You're the guy making it.
Just talk.
Okay. We can ask. That's fine. That's fine.
Some people were asking how far away we are from a 3DS stretch goal.
You can see that at starmazer.com.
Yes, you can. Somebody said, oh, we only have $197. That's not correct. I think we've made almost 200K, not quite.
Yeah.
So we're about 100K away, unless we get a deal with somebody.
Yeah.
The end. What else do we have in here? Somebody asked if our story structure was like.
Well, I want to answer a question. Sir Ascalot says, so everyone buys the game, you manage to release a 3DS version, I'll have to buy it. Well, here's the trick. And this is the stretch goal problem. If we get the stretch goal before the game's out, and you've purchased the game, we're giving you the game on any platform that you want.
Yeah.
Like, that's the sell. If we hit the stretch goal. So, if it comes out, if we hit the stretch goal for 3DS and have the time to build it for the 3DS, we'll say, cool, you can get you backed it.
So the people that have already pre-ordered can now get it on 3DS.
You can get it on 3DS, or you can get it right now on Steam or whatever. So that's how we're selling it for. Like, if you back us, you deserve the game in whatever platform you want. If we can make it for 3DS, it's yours. So there you go. So yeah, we are at 110K away from the 3DS stretch goal, but we do have some time. I'd rather it not be like forever because we'd like to know what we're actually doing. Choices that we're making in building the game would be radically different if we knew we were hitting the 3DS.
Yeah.
So there you go. Fuzzy asks if I got this pin from Steve. I don't know what you're talking about.
What pin?
What pin?
What pin?
Or just buy it 3 times. Do it. I think Eclipse Husky might have done that or something like that.
I have to. Yeah, Eclipse Husky did buy it multiple times.
You
He
could
had
buy
more
3
models.
times.
He's
Nobody's going to
incredible.
stop you if you want to buy 3 times.
Yeah, or 20 times.
Yeah,
It's fine.
as many as you want.
Sir Escalot. Okay, the game is worth $15. It definitely
Thank you very
is.
much, Sir Ascalot. We think so as well.
Yeah, we.
By the way, I'd like to point something out. We those pre-orders on our site are not bound by potential publisher deals. The publisher can set the price for whatever the fuck they want. So if the publisher sets the price for $345 a game and you bought it for $15, you get it for $15.
Yeah.
So, just saying, guys, throw the money.
Throw.
TTM, ATS.
Make it rain.
I think that's the most exciting part of Starr Mazer for me is that everyone I've told the game, or everyone I've talked to about the game so far, people who have no idea what it is, I tell them or I show them it. With every other game that I've shown people, there are always some people that are like, oh, it's just not my thing, and that's fine because everybody has that. With this game, I've not got a single person that said, oh, it's not really my style because
awesome.
it fits. It
That's
fits
incredible.
everyone. It really has.
That's so cool.
Everybody from my childhood is loving this.
Yeah.
It's-
We're the same age, so
Yeah.
yeah, we feel that.
This is just me.
Big Teddy 8792 asks Starr Mazer, are there going to be Starr Mazer t-shirts? Number one, if you backed within the first, or if you backed at the t-shirt level on Kickstarter, there's an exclusive t-shirt. You can go check it out. It looks fucking incredible. Number two, yes, there's a second wave t-shirt that we're going to have that's not the exclusive Kickstarter t-shirt that we're going to have access to that we'll be selling as well.
Yeah, we
absolutely.
We teamed up with a Fangamer for merch, and they're going ahead and handling all sorts of really cool stuff that we're going to be selling. I don't think we've locked in what our post Kickstarter things are aside from
Right.
the T-shirt.
No, yeah.
But there
Still
are
working on that.
things that are going to be available to purchase.
Close 15 says, has there ever been a $345 game? What's that one with the you get that custom controller and all that, the mech game?
Oh,
there was a giant.
Steel
That's
Battalion.
how Steel Battalion. How much did that cost?
$200.
$200. So I don't know about $340 games. It looks like your bestie Esty just purchased the game for $25. Thank you.
Thank you,
that's
Esty.
Thank you so much.
That's incredible.
We do love Esty.
We love Esty.
Mhm.
He's
He's
amazing.
one of us.
It's funny that we got a character named Esty in our
Yeah, he kept saying earlier when you talked about who keeps saying my name. He was like,
Oh.
why am I being mentioned?
Esty Sunspark is a girl in our game. So there you go.
He's kind of yeah.
He's actually our Disney princess.
He's got a beautiful voice.
Nice.
Very beautiful. Yeah.
Next to sing.
So there you go.
Wow, it's so cool to see all these new people in the chat. By the way, it's really, really incredible. And I feel kind of guilty because we're in the middle of like heavy, deep story chat. Where
Yeah.
we've
We're not
actually
doing the
been
normal
this
fun,
for
crazy
a
talk.
while. Yeah, you guys missed out during our Kickstarter.
We talked about
days
England
where
a
we were
bunch, it
just
was funny.
fucking crazy. We had our show every single day of the Kickstarter from I think halfway through
Yeah.
Yeah.
onwards. We slowly went insane live on internet.
Yeah, we had a 24-hour stream that
Oh,
was
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, that was bad.
I ended up laying across here, like wanting to throw up.
No, that
Emails
is
every day.
Yeah.
Oh
every
yeah,
24-hour stream of it.
I spent a good 2 to 3 hours every day responding to messages on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
We have a 24-hour stream coming up.
We have
Without-
on Monday, Saturday.
Yeah. Is that soon already?
I know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, we're going to be staying up for quite some time soon. It's not going to be fun.
Oh,
Turtle
man.
Spence says, I seriously want Starr Mazer Indie Box team up because I would kill for a physical box of Starr Mazer. Two things. Our backer boxes are awesome. We're working with Fangamer to make those. They're really incredible, and we have been talking to Indie Box about an Indie Box. So there might be 2 physical releases, not console releases, but physical PC releases. One for our backers through Fangamer, which will be an exclusive backer cool box thing.
I think I need to go in and turn my perks on anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then Fangamer will be selling a boxed copy, which is not Fangamer. I'm sorry. Indie Box will be selling potentially. Depends on if we work that out. We've been talking, but we'll see.
Somebody says if you back to the $80 tier, you could get Starr Mazer physical copy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you can. Cool. So that's still happening. Don didn't go insane, slowly insane. He already was. What are you talking about?
Yes.
15. It's true. He's a little crazy. But
Coke Slayer says not able to buy the game yet, but after he gets home, he knows where this $25 goes. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Joe.
that.
Thank you,
That's
Coke.
amazing.
Appreciate it.
He's
Yeah.
a nice guy.
And all,
He's a
Yeah.
nice guy.
and all,
So-
Another nice guy.
all the
Yeah.
Starr Mazer love, which reminds me so much of when we had Elspeth on that partway through our Kickstarter. She announced how we were trying to raise money, and it was
Yeah.
actually Tasty who
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
contributed some insane amount towards Starr Mazer. So
Yeah.
thank you so
She
much
started.
again.
She's like,
for
okay, we have this
that.
goal we got to make through the day. 5
That was
minutes. it's done.
insanity.
It was
guys.
so
Done.
crazy.
You guys are crazy.
It was done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
It was-
It was
Click the
so
button,
beautiful.
Yeah. You still have money.
Well, you saw that earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Fool to Dream says he wants a TurboGrafx version. So it's not listed on our site, but at $750 we do a TurboGrafx demake. We've got all the equipment to do it, and even if we never get to the $750, we do have all of our games are coming on a turbo chip style USB card that you slide out the little USB for. But it's going to look just like a turbo chip. It's going to look just like this guy right here. And it'll come out.
They're gonna make it even heavier.
Yeah, just like that guy right there. It's going to come out looking like a Vikinger 99 Super System card, which is our fictional
Yeah, we didn't
console.
quite make that stretch goal to make our own system, but
whatever.
you know.
We were gonna.
Gotta come there.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I guess I have a follow-up question for our story module then.
Let's talk, man.
So we're looking at potentially doing sandbox. At
Not
this
potentially. It seems like we locked that today, right?
Well, we didn't know.
Well, we have a meeting tomorrow where we're supposed to present how we're going to approach Sandbox.
No,
So it sounds like
So
tomorrow
extreme.
to talk about our
Totally different.
cons and pros
Yeah,
for
yeah.
For the different elements, and it sounded like we were going with number 2, but we had discussed potentially making number 2 more interesting. I was wondering if that was something you wanted to discuss further, or making it feel more like number 3.
Yeah, so I kind of gave that up a little. We're going to do a couple of tricks. I started talking about it and I wanted to pull off of that because what I don't want to do is kill the magic. I don't wanna,
Gotcha.
You know,
You
so
don't
there's magic in
want
there and it'll be pretty cool.
That's fair.
What I do want to do though is talk to the physical copy for a second. So people are getting really excited about the idea of the physical copy.
Sure, yeah.
So our physical copy, if you backed it at the Starr Mazer level, the physical level, it will be coming just like this copy of Aldeness. It will actually come in a box, like a tall box, a cardboard tall box with a piece of styrofoam. So it'll be a wrapper box, like a Nintendo NES cartridge kind of box. It will then come in a jewel case. Jewel case similar to, I'm going to look over here to see if this looks good. Similar to this guy, which will be really cool. Have our little Vikinger 99 Super System thing on the side there. We'll open up. You have a piece of foam. You'll have it's a 19-page color. Oh God, look at that! It's so beautiful. This is not Starr Mazer's, obviously, but I know I'm seeing it takes there's a bit of a lag. So yeah, color manual. It's gonna be pretty cool. Remember, guys, this is not Starr Mazer. This is Aldeness, but we're kind of using it as a model. Under the foam, you'll find your chip in what's called a Seymour slip, which is this silicone slip, and then the game proper. And this will be a USB in the shape of and painted up to look like, printed up to look like a Super Graphics or PC Engine game. So there you go.
Shiny.
Very beautiful. So that is going to be the physical copy that comes with backer rewards, and potentially, if we have to order like 1 million of them to fulfill our orders, potentially Fangamer will sell them separately. They will be sold at very likely a very high premium because we want those people who backed us and got them to have
It's like
value.
that sort of-
Yeah.
It's that special tier that they earned.
Exactly, yeah. So then we're in talks right now with IndieBox for their own version of the box copy, which they put a bunch of cool stuff in the box as well. So we're talking to them about that as well. So that's where we are.
Triptide,
Don't break it.
I'm sorry.
She broke one.
Just the
recently.
one
We
time.
were testing out the little thing. She broke
I think it probably still works. It's just, it's not.
They had to send us a new one.
I know. I'm sorry.
We've been there. We've all been there.
I
We're
just, I
sort of-
thought, oh, maybe
Had
you
something a
need
little
to
too-
push it a little
yeah.
further, and they didn't know I was completely doing it wrong.
Ruined.
Yeah, I did ruin it. I'm sorry.
Cerberus says you get a physical copy if you back 80 or higher, right? Yes, and here's a trick. This is a bit of a trick, guys. We're sort of. We're gonna make an announcement. I'm kind of leaking. We're sort of honoring our backer rewards. Some of them, like the T-shirt and the box copy, on the website right now. So right now you can get you can put more money in that little thing. Than it says, and we just have to work out through Humble how to allocate stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
But we're gonna try to get copies of all of the physical stuff to people who back at those levels. So if you want to go to the Kickstarter, find a physical level or a level that's not listed on our website, throw that amount of money at us and send us in a message in an email on the site that that's what you did. I backed it this much, and we'll try to fulfill it that amount. At this point, we're well within our ability to do so, and also, what's this?
I have no idea. Did he paste it a bunch of times?
I think he may have.
Oh,
No,
it's
it's
all the
supposed to be
pictures.
different.
It's the super
Oh,
system.
gotcha.
It's
It's a Viking Air 99 Super System.
oh, that's the super system. Let's see the chip, the V card. The V card's hot, man. Anyway, yeah, if you check that out, it might be really cool. If we can make that 3DS stretch goal, that's our hope forever. Yeah, there's the V card, the Viking Air 99 Super
Cool.
System card.
It is gorgeous.
It is.
It is.
There's a front of it and a back of it.
I won't break it. I promise. I won't touch
So pretty.
those ones. I won't be in charge of packaging.
Packaging.
That.
The game that you wrote, you won't even touch it?
I'll touch the actual
She'll
game.
never touch it.
I'm not gonna touch the special limited edition things that I might break a bunch.
You have to handle them with like gloves and just everything protective around you.
It
So
wouldn't matter. I would have accidentally
Yeah.
put on the like fire gloves and everything would melt and blow.
I want to be clear, and this is my danger in saying things that aren't out there. You don't actually, if you go to StarMazer.com, you won't actually get the Kickstarter exclusive T-shirt. That was the Kickstarter exclusive T-shirt. We do have another T-shirt coming out that we need to announce. We haven't announced it yet. There's still a T-shirt tier. You can still get it, but you won't get the Kickstarter. That was only for that 30-day period.
So, just as a reminder, I'm going to be wrapping up the show here in 11 minutes.
11 minutes. So we had 11 more minutes, guys.
11 minutes to do any of the final things that you were planning on doing, Don. I don't know if there's anything else if you just want to continue.
We talked about lore. We didn't talk about actual story itself, but we talked about the structure of story.
You made up
Pretty
a
cool.
good story.
it's true.
I did make up a
Yeah,
story.
I was impressed. I really was.
Are you kidding?
No, I was legitimately like, okay, yeah, I'm with this story, and then you're like, oh,
I'm
this is
going
gonna be
there.
the game.
I'm bidding that.
I'm gonna be disappointed when the game comes. I'm gonna write to you like, well, where is the Slimo story with where
Right.
I get sold out?
Yeah.
Where is it?
So Coach there says, I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure this is single player only, right? As of right now, we have not leaked anything beyond this, but
That
say
is
that.
what we know. That
is
is,
it,
that
no,
is what
no,
we
the
can
narrative.
do
There's
right now.
the story is that yes, it's a single player narrative story.
Why am I the party pooper? I don't like this anymore.
It's-
I'm breaking stuff. I'm the party
The gag
pooper.
is we do have the ability as of a couple weeks ago to have players play any ship in the game, and we have been talking about, not announcing, but talking about a multiplayer kind of
The
challenge
concept
mode
is there. That
thing.
doesn't mean
the concept
anything.
is there.
It doesn't mean
The
anything.
ability might be there, but we're worried about getting the best single player experience out to you guys. If you want the best the best multiplayer couch multi experience available right now, go to the Wii U and get Sports Ball, 2DX's game. I'm the narrative writer on that, and Austin from 2DX is the game game developer for Starr Mazer. So you should check that out. It's really cool. That's the commercial for them, and Mariah Zook plays the main character in that commercial.
Somebody asked earlier
Also-
where Zook is. Her card died.
It's dead.
So she was not out ballroom dancing as somebody else had suggested. She, which I think Fuzzy said, she just couldn't actually get to the office today.
Close
I can't
Routine says,
respond to
be nice to
everybody.
Vanessa, Don. Be nice to Vanessa. Don would die if Vanessa didn't force him to sleep with extreme force. That
Or
is
eat,
true. Or to eat, or anything else.
rest ever.
This one
or-
keeps me in line. She keeps the story going.
Yeah, she's the real force behind Starr Mazer
She,
right
she
now.
is. It's true. It's
I'm not fun though.
no. She's
I try
incredibly fun. She's super fun.
I have fun while making people do things. It's great. I'm not She's Pizza. We're two completely different beings. She's Pizza's not even here right now.
She's-
There's
and she's
proof
also a
enough
piece of pizza.
That we're not the same.
Yeah.
Like,
Where is she?
Where is she?
If she
If
were
she were-
Vanessa, she'd be
If she
right
were
there.
me,
Because Vanessa's
she'd be
right
here
there.
right now.
I don't smell pizza.
No, I don't smell it.
And remember, She's Pizza only comes if there's pizza, and there's no pizza, so don't even know.
Yeah, but we are working our way towards it.
But I mean, if you follow, we could get close to that treat stream.
We
There
could
be
get
pizza.
closer to Treat Stream, which, by the way, we're
Just
like
saying.
it sounded like
1,500 people away from Treat Stream. I don't think it's
Oh.
happening.
Right.
No, it will happen eventually.
I'll put some contracts.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
so you
I
know,
know
people.
people.
Yeah.
You know people. Come on, we run a show 3 times a week. We can't
We-
get Treat Stream.
Right? We deserve some Treat Stream.
I'm
3
just
times a week we
saying,
show a show.
We were what, number 4 in
We're
chat
more
show
regular than most
loves.
fucking television shows.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We provide good value, 2 hours at a time at least. On
At
Saturdays,
least.
it's insane.
Turns out I'm not
That's
pretending it
hours.
didn't. I'm not pretending it didn't happen. It happened, obviously. You guys still played Risk of Rain just fine. Just fine.
She's
Cheeseburger.
pizza sidekick. She's burger.
Oh man.
I want
Cheeseburger works because of the cheese pizza. It's meant to sound like cheese pizza. And cheeseburger works because it's meant to sound like cheeseburger.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, that's really good.
Fuzzy, he says, I've met both Sheets Pizza and Vanessa in person. They're very different people. It's true.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fuzzy, I think, has met She's Pizza the most, probably almost as much as Pyro Insane met She's Pizza much.
Yeah, it's kind of rare, but it happens.
Yeah, it's not impossible. Cheeseburger forever.
Oh, Coke made fan art.
Well, you should make sure to send that to us so we can put it up there, man.
Oh, I'm not sure if I've seen that one yet.
Oh, not at home.
I'm excited to see it. I'm very excited.
Yeah, we want to see
Yeah,
it.
it sounds super cool.
So, Kazuo, do I talk about the art contest thing? Where do I leave that?
I'm still working out with Maximo about the prizes. You can say that we're having one.
We're going to have an art contest, guys, coming up. Keep your eyes on our Twitter stream and our Facebook page and our whatever else is, Tumblr, blog, whatever. We're gonna have announce a art. We're gonna have more than one art contest coming up, so you guys can do some fan art. I can tell you if you want to brush up your chops on drawing brick, that might help you in the fan art. But yeah, we got a thing coming up. So
Not leaking or anything.
There's
No,
that.
no, that's fine.
that's what they want.
They do,
want me
they
to
do.
leak to them. I'm leaking to them. It's fine.
You leak.
Keep in mind. That's right.
I know. Well, he leaks so much so fast. It's
Yeah.
really hard to keep on top of it.
So guys,
Sounds like he goes to the top.
everybody wants us to spin the MVP wheel. We're not going to spin the MVP wheel today. Not because we can't, or not because we don't want to, but because we can't. We're actually having that tool rebuilt for Starr Mazer. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. But
yeah, and I think we want to give you guys the MVP should get good amounts of time as
Yeah.
MVP,
Yeah.
where we can honor the MVP in
Yeah.
the correct ways.
Right.
If you guys didn't check out our stream last Saturday, you super missed out. It was incredibly
Yeah.
fun, and we had an MVP wheel where we would then
for an hour
Give
of
love.
the 11-hour block,
give love to our MVP.
a lot of love. More love than
Random.
like we attributed things to like the creation of Earth and stuff to the MVP.
Wow.
But then
was-
immediately
it was
at the
good.
end of the hour, the person was
Nah,
dead
nah,
too.
yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
that person.
Yeah, fuck
Next
that
move.
person.
Next.
Move on.
Yeah.
Who even cares? Who even knows? We'll probably do that again. Do you think on Saturday?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
MVP
Starr Mazer
wheel will
plays.
come back on Saturday. Saturday. So what do we have coming up this week?
Yeah, let's talk about this week.
5
We
minutes
got-
away from ending the show.
We got Starr Mazer versus with Kazuo Maeda
Yes.
on Thursday. What are we
Thursdays.
playing this?
So far in the
How about you come over here, hop down,
Hop down.
applying for the Twitch partnership.
Hop up. Hop down.
up.
It's Kazuo Maeda.
What's up, Mazers? So, this Thursday, if you guys join the Steam community group, I believe it's steampower.com/group/Starr Mazer, you can search for us. There's a form to vote for what we play next. Minecraft is currently in the lead, followed by Risk of Rain. So,
Nice.
depending on which one gets the most votes, that's what we will be playing on Thursday.
Cool.
Nice.
So that's if you play Minecraft, is it going to be a public server where everybody can join you?
Yes.
Because I'm sorry. That's the point of Starr Mazer plays versus Starr Mazer versus. Starr Mazer plays. We all play and you watch us play a thing. Starr Mazer versus. You join Kazuo and maybe some of us and play a game together, which is awesome.
And yeah, Thursday, so that's just for you guys who are new. Thursday is a rotation, so Versus comes up about once a month. And then after that, we do...
Star Jams.
Star Jams with Alex Mauer. Yeah.
And then
StarMazer.make.
StarMazer.make.
Which is our game building program. Austin or one of us will take you through the actual development of things for the actual game, like the code stuff. Then
Awesome
Star
stuff.
Draws.
Drawmazer.
Draw Mazer with Maximo Villarenzo, our art lead. He'll be drawing stuff. Hopefully, we'll have fewer technical problems.
As
right?
a lurker, that is my personal favourite.
Yeah?
Because I just get to sit there, I get to look at the pretty pictures.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
good
very nice
pictures.
for me.
Yeah.
They are pretty.
And then is that it?
Yeah, that's the 4 shows.
The 4 shows, yeah, and those are every Thursday. So every Thursday, those will rotate. Every Tuesday is always Laura Mazer with me, Don Thacker, and Vanessa and Kazuo, and maybe some guests. And every Saturday is StarMazer.plays. So look at that. We've devoted our entire lives not only making you a cool game, but representing that cool game in cool ways for you 3 times a week. All we're asking for is some treat streams. What is going on?
And then
We
we
want
start at 4
pizza.
p.m.
Yeah.
Pacific Standard
4
Time.
p.m. PST.
On Saturdays, I do warn you guys, they often go a bit longer.
Yep.
Oh,
So-
Saturdays, yeah. If you can't, it starts 4 p.m. PST and sometimes ends at 4 a.m. the following day.
It just depends how
Yeah,
it goes.
yeah.
We still haven't beat Axiom Verge, so I assume we will do a 3rd run.
At some point, not this weekend.
Not this weekend, but coming up, we will try to schedule that in. We have to get a cash in.
A cash and
obviously.
Ryan. Ryan's easy, a cash
Ryan's
not so
pretty
easy.
Cool. Yeah, so we gotta try and pin those guys down to finish that game up. Thank you for sticking with us through that.
Coach Slayer, we are a huge fan of Chinese buns. It's a true thing. I like this. For lunch today, I had a bag of dicks,
You did?
and I'm super looking forward to your Chinese buns.
I hate everything.
It's meant to be funny.
Why?
Servers down will be anything that Kickstarter backers who did the physical copy will get that people who backed the fan gamer version won't get. Absolutely.
So we're 2 minutes away from ending. Does anybody have any final questions?
Servers, yes. We will announce that when we put together our package with Fangamer. But yeah, no, the one that you can buy outside of the backing will be, you'll buy it for a little bit more money, and it won't have as much stuff. So there you go.
I'll ship all the waffles from Belgium.
Nice.
Nice.
I love Belgium. I love Belgian waffles.
Well, we've had some incredible stuff shipped to us in the past, such as Pogs,
Better
we've had
than
horchata,
Belgium.
we've had games.
Just letting you know.
Thank you.
It seems to be asked.
Just email me if anything.
We've
that's
had
better
a
than
lot
England.
of
I'll add
incredible
it to the
pizza
list.
Good.
sent to us. By
Could you actually
fellow
make a
fans.
list of things that aren't better than England? Because then it'd be like a manageable list.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah. I could get that done in an hour.
Don Thacker. Just because he's self-deprecating doesn't mean that the country sucks.
It's a self-deprecating country.
I know, but that's the best part. Oh, it's so meta. I love it.
No, thank you.
Thank you for putting up with us for the time.
Thank you, Silverblaze, for saying that I'm funny. And yes, thank you guys for coming on to Starr Mazer TV. Once again, this is Supascury, and this is Tastefull4ever. It was really cool for them to be on our show today, especially since you guys are going to spend the next couple days popping around Seattle. Then you're going to go off-continent. You're going to go to very clean Denmark, and you're going to go to England.
Yeah,
It's
there
going to be
it is.
amazing.
There it is.
So, thanks everybody for watching. Thank the elephants for popping in and giving us a raid. It was awesome. If those raids followed with follows, I would be very happy. So yeah, Server says there are 7 minutes left. Is he wrong or is he right?
Is he lagging?
My clock says 5:54 p.m.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh!
I forgot time.
Oh!
I forgot
You're
how
trying
time
to cheat us
works.
out of here. He's the worst.
Oh my gosh, guys, I'm
Why?
sorry. Well,
Why?
do whatever you want to do
Why
for
is
the
she
next
doing
10
this?
minutes. I'm gonna
It's
try
gonna
to
be great. We're gonna the lead writer of Starr Mazer. Gonna start the game and it's gonna be like, well, looks like it's time to stop the game. The game's gonna be over.
This is why I'm not in charge of time normally. That's all.
Did you drop that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
It's only got a dent in it.
See, now everybody's saying bye.
And this is good. We'll catch them and then we'll say goodbye. Let's just say goodbye. It's fine.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching Starr Mazer
Yeah,
TV.
thank you for
We'll see you on Thursday. Then we'll see you on
See you.
Saturday. Blah blah blah
Thank
blah
you for
blah
having
blah.
us.
Blah. It's really cool.